Good morning, viewers. As today, now Wednesday, the 14th July 2021. So I go welcome on our inside today program, Salone Morning Discoveries. Inside the program today, we get the past president for the sister of Sierra Leone, North Texas, Roselyn A. Jones, where they can tell me more about the organization. Good morning, Roselyn A. Jones.
Good morning to Sierra Network.
As the program they continue, Una self don't listen as it don't say good morning to Una, and the program they continue now. So now we go want for know, and also viewers go want for know who that's na Roselyn A. Jones and what they do.
Well, Roselyn Abioseh Jones to be precise. One of the past presidents of the noble organization Sisters of Sierra Leone of North Texas. We actually don't form this organization more than about 23 to 24 years ago. Just at the end of the Civil War, now we come together. Now we form for help displaced women and children, mostly na Salone, but also we can render help to other women and children we displaced to the United States. But majority of we help, we can tend for focus more on Salone.
Okay. So what do you they do?
Me, I would say, I help missionary, I volunteer, humanitarian, relief person, I don't visit Salone for the past, I will say 8 years now. I can come maybe every year and every other year. And when I come, I not only they visit my family, but they take time for look at the surrounding of my community where they see who's kind help, people they need. And then most of the time I can take the message back to my organization. Because me alone as an individual, I'm not going to do it. So we always work together as a team. I can go back, whether I go back to Texas, and not only one can visit. We get other Sisters of Sierra Leone members and so we can visit mostly during Christmas time. And every time we come, we can make sure, say, we undertake some charitable work for do. Currently, we get 12 pikin the way we adopt. Most of the pikin and they in grafting. We in the most of the amputees, that means resettle. So even this weekend, we pass so I've been go there and go disburse some gifts them we been get for them for Christmas. We unfortunately because of this COVID pandemic, the ship not been come on time. So when I come this time just for 2 weeks, I go there, see the pikin them, talk to them, counsel them, then we distribute the gift to them. Mostly I mean school items, clothing, stationery for them, especially elementary school, then other stationery items too for the high school pikin them. And I'm really glad for making and also the first pikin we adopt, Maria too. And my man have been double amputee. We adopt him at the age of 2, and currently in a university, he pursue a degree in information technology. So that can really make we glad. Say, we work not go in vain. We see the fruits of we labor.
Okay. So when you they talk about the picking them away, on how they adopt, I go want to know them picking there, so I wanna come in contact with them.
Again, like I just told you, I just tell you. Few years ago, some other members of Sisters of Sierra Leone come. Somebody invite them to the orphanage, grafting. Then they get in contact with and the pastor called Pastor Dyke. He get a school there in a Go Flames Elementary School. So through that contact, the other members them. I believe Remy Leku, Nicole, Yomi Mdin, then come and then able for make that contact with them picking there. So and we make sure say that picking we really get the need base, we need the help. So as I say, some picking them also where we adopt some, then they bow. So we get some of we members that we hail from the south. We are kind of women from different parts of Sierra Leone, not only in the western area. We get women there, we come up from the northern province, southern province, eastern province, majority of we, of course, in the western area. But we try for tailor, we help throughout Sierra Leone. So when anybody see the need, say them pick they need it, then can bring out to the group, and then we can get a meeting. We get monthly meeting at America, then we monthly dues, all they pay when at $10 a month. When are one of the source that will be able for generate. I know say you want for know how will they come up with money for help, then pick care and do the other charitable work they already do. Yeah, sometimes we can get fundraising. Like because of the COVID, we will get a virtual Thanksgiving. We will be able to raise a decent amount of money we they use for help them pick care. So through that contact from members then, so we can able for find out who that need the help. Then we debate, then we vote. We executive committee members. We talk about it and we decide how much based on the need of the situation or the picking within a need.
And also where you talking make measure of the health sectors where una the help picking them with. I go want to make you tell me whose type health sectors, whose type help una the render to picking them do their health status.
Okay, that's a very good question. Well, majority of we too, when are members of Sisters of Sierra Leone, we are also healthcare providers. For example, like I said, when I can come, I can open my ears and eyes and look at the community waiting at the need them. So a few years ago, we run into Mr. Charles, when I'm the founder of Sick Picking Project. And then, of course, with Facebook now and all other social media where as we dispose of you, they know within a twinkle of an eye waiting people they need. So during that time, he expressed to me about some picking we can born with some congenital disease, which means some disease that we then born with, we don't get control over, but we can do something for help them, for give them good quality of life, or even save them. So he tell me about some picking that we born with some problems where they may get for do surgery and then get what we call a colostomy, which is like a fecal diversion. You all know that means the routes where the physics they go not to the normal routes for human being, but we can come up with ostomy, which na my own specialty that. So when he tell me, even though I don't get the medical supplies, again, I fall on Sisters of Sierra Leone and make them know say yes, some people anyway get this health issue, we need help. Then of course we solicit from other healthcare organization companies now, Texas. So then come and provide the material. Then we most of the time provide the cost of shipping them. Then of course they making do the volunteering of doing the education. So through Sick Picking Project now, one of the main things that they will do. Then other times we can come to the community and do like basic wellness check blood pressure, blood sugar, mostly to adults. As we say, we help women and children, not just picking them no more. Yeah, so over the years, other health, they will be non-render. And we hope, say, not only even through the Sick Picking projects. Yesterday, we get a meeting with the administrators of Connaught. So very soon, we try for develop a collaborative effort where we go get healthcare providers, and even among we organization, other people that were interested for CAM, for help with healthcare, the quality of we healthcare now, Sierra Leone, being that some of we are exposed to a higher level of health, provision, also now we community the where they come from. So now through that, we so not only for help them with education, but because health is wealth. So if you help them, sometimes you educate them about their health, it will improve their quality of life, it will make them more healthy and save their lives.
Okay, apart from the Sick Picking project and also some of the help on the radar to adults them, I get any other picking organization again we on the work with?
Not specifically. Like I said, most of the help the working in are we picking the way we adopt now grafting and the sick picking project. But that not mean say we not go expand. As time goes on, if we see there's a need base for let we help other organization then, even if with the pediatric hospital then they need the help, we can do that. Then I know say like 2016, we've been donate a lot of medical supplies na PCMH, where we call cottage. We provide basic medical supplies. Then we provide some baby items, delivery items, so they go need like blankets, and we be baby bottles, diapers, detergent for the hospital. We'll be hand them over to the chief medical officer, who was Dr. Almami Kuruma at the time. Then, of course, recently we been get for render financial help to them quadruplate them, which I believe are the first set of quadruplate that we'll get in Sierra Leone. Again, the approach we say them pick them born at the northern part of Sierra Leone, Kabbalah, I think even beyond Kabbalah. So when I tell we bought them pick again, this was even not so from we account, we kind of personally contribute money. We'll be able to raise $1,000. Then we contribute money for buy baby items. Just yesterday, the baby their uncle can take anything here, can go Kabbalah. Then December, I've been here for make that terrible journey day with 2 breakdown on the way, but with God's help, I make them to Kabbalah because I've been really want to see the babies and then parents, and then we deliver the $1,000, and the parents are very grateful. Just this week, they send me pictures of the picking and then growth progress, how then they do. So, and yesterday, another member of North Carolina too decided say he go wire some money today, so I go make sure say the picking and parents and get the money for the upkeep.
That's when I get so many work we on I don't they do to Sierra Leone and ZM,
yes,
especially the health sectors.
Yes.
And also where you talk about the adults, now we know say most of the time where we see people in the provinces, the way they're facing so many health challenges. So what thing I don't do for reach out to other people them in the provinces, just like when you make measure of some picking them way on already do render help to na Kabbalah. But what about some other parts of the provinces them? Like you can see some woman them they can get something like a breast cancer, the breast will swell,
Yes.
and you can see some woman them maybe during the time for delivery, you can see they can get a fistula. So what they helps them where what I don't decide for put in place, like for reach out to them woman and they wait in the other provinces?
Well, sorry, there was an omission there. When I make the trip to Kabbalah, it was not only for hand the money over to the then quadruplets, then parents, and they mean Canada neonatal ICU na Kabbalah Day. Then during that time, they too been deliver diabetic test strips, been deliver face masks because of this pandemic, some isolation gowns, then everything, and glucometer, the machine for test blood sugar, we've been delivered to the hospital itself. Then hand sanitizers, some detergents, we've been delivered to the matron of Kabbalah Hospital. As you say, now that's one of the first projects they would undertake. And now a small organization. Sometimes raising funds can be a challenge. But as time goes on, we may have bigger philanthropists too. We go say, okay, we don't see what una they do, we can give una. So the bigger we hand get, and the bigger we go able for, stretch we hand as Salone for help more. But so far, I didn't see how we don't do. And that not mean say we close we hand. The more we get, the more we go stretch we hand for help more people in our other parts of the provinces, especially maybe in the northern province too, around Makeni, Maboka area, or around that Bo area. And also we get picking the way we adopt Nabo, we take care of. But in terms of healthcare delivery, we have not done much at the other parts of the province. We just started off with this area in Akabala. But when I go there was another set of triplets where we see. Since then, we can now to grow some of the things that we decide, say, okay, the things that we not go fit them, we can give the triplets them. We will benefit from them, you know.
Okay, you listen to Roselyn A. Jones, when are the past presidents for the Sierra Leone, for the sister of Sierra Leone, North Texas, as they talk about the organization. And also, you don't listen to most of the activities them way they don't undertake. And also, as we still there on the program, and you make measure of the Sick Picking Project. So, how you come in contact with the Sick Picking Project, and why you not choose Sick Picking Project for partner with them?
Well, just say you say I run into Mr. Charles when I'm the co-founder and director of Caritas and Sick Picking Project. So one day I browse through Facebook, then I see all this fundraising. Most of the time they have to go out in the streets, on the street there to ask for help, for donation and all. So I've been trying through Facebook get in contact. You know, with Facebook now, if somebody now your friend, you like, you know, get a number, you go reach out to them through Messenger. So I call them, then they give me a number, they will start for talk. Then they tell me about them here we sick. Fortunately, the area of the health where they need, now in my own specialty. You know, a family nurse practitioner, but at the same time I specialize in wound and ostomy care. We just fall within the area of practice. So I
make I just only this small, like when you talk about ostomy care for the layman where they out there go want to make you break and down to run small, make you go know what that mean.
Okay. Now we get they pick care within the bone, they know they get complete the intestine or they join completely with the anus. That means suicide them for defecate. So therefore they can get for do a surgery for reroute the intestine outside where they then go get for do, you know, the other part. Then get for then stool go for come out from there. So that opening where then they create nine the ostomy. And then the little area that we the stool get for come in the stomach. But it's very, very depressing and irritating for let that thing they come out. They don't even get the tools and the bag then for manager. People don't even know what for do with that. So fortunately, it happens in a my area of specialty. So I come and teach the other nurses then and volunteers them because me know they are all the time for do that and bring the supplies. We do a demonstration in our Caritas, and from then even the parents and in fact the first teaching and demonstration where I do thank God for, you know, technology. We'll be able to do and through WhatsApp video for teach the parents and the other healthcare provider now how for manage the bag. Unfortunately, that boy Jeremiah not make him, but for that time when I go do the reversal surgery, apparently the post-op care not being right or it's just not surviving because boys they not tend to do well with them problem in the. But the other girl, they be able to reverse the surgery. And then once they reverse the surgery, you know, use the bag. But once during that time, we then get that little stomach they then create, you get forget the bag for contain the stool. Otherwise, the stool where they come out go irritate around that stomach day, and it will cause discomfort and pain. You know, like picking, you big person if he asks for you for, you know, manage pain, talk less of picking. You know, so we still get adult them where they say if they come up with any kind of problem and they like if somebody get like colon cancer or diverticulosis, which means now your intestine you get pouches that will form out. So if them pouches and they become infected, what we call diverticulitis, sometimes it can cause rectal bleed. And if it really, really acute, the surgeon can get for go there and cut a segment, a portion of the intestine. But for allow the intestine for heal, it can get for reroute, you know, the intestine and create a stomach where the stool will come from till everything heal. Then it go back and reverse them. Or if they get colon cancer, we maybe a tumor when a cancer tumor, they go for let it not spread, then can go then pull that portion, they will get the cancer and reroute the intestine so that it still go come out. Sometimes it can be permanent, sometimes it can be temporary, depending on the extent to which the cancer, don't spread now the colon. So they can do another different segments. If it come now the ascending colon, that's the one where they come up, then it will be ileostomy, that's not the small intestine. But if it come now the descending, now the colon, the large intestine, then we call it a colostomy. The difference between that is when it in the small intestine, the output where they come is more liquid, which means you get risk for break the skin around, because waiting to come out is full of gastric juices and it's very, very irritating. Chemical acid, now with stomach we got hydrochloric acid we did it for protect we too if you eat any food we infected something that can kill the bacteria. So when they create that opening day, you get for container with them bag then they now we call colostomy bag. So you get for teach them how for shape the colostomy and place them there we then go able to manage just for improving quality of life.
Okay. So this old way you talk, so like the operation you can do on a salon or pass again to fly with the Peking go America and everything?
No, they've been doing it. Dr. Levy, we are one of the only pediatric surgeons we didn't get in the country, as I understand. He don't do several successful surgery. I know the very first colostomy surgery, some Italian doctors I mean do and from the information I get from Mr. Charles. But Dr. Levy don't they do one because mostly for some reason the boys then they born with they call it Ashprong's disease, whereby in the intestine or the fully developed fork attached to the rectum for let the pikin able for defecate. So as time goes on, the pikin not able go, they accumulate. Of course, saying waste. So it cause a lot of discomfort, stomach bloating, where if they not probably do the surgery, it will lead to what we call peritonitis, that is inflammation of the peritoneal cavity, which will be life-threatening. So now I can make them go down. And some of the surgery they can able do in India, where then they go create the anal canal for let the pikin get the normal anatomy, position of and where you go able for excrete without using that bag. That's why I say sometimes for the pikin they almost time and describe for make it be temporary, because they can go back and reverse them where all thing not heal and when they don't create that anal canal. But Dr. Levy, they do some of the surgeries and then some of the surgeries are done in India, depending on the extent to which the pikin get the disease. If now one way it's a challenge and they don't get all the equipment then and all the proper management of it here, then they can fly them to India for a higher level of care. But most of them, I think Dr. Levy now has been very, very successful for do the NTD and go back and reverse them and the pikin and get for live a normal life and save their life.
Okay, and so all what you they say so like on an organization, I don't see any success in the goals where we don't set saying that this we want for do, I don't get any success towards that.
Towards the health.
The organization, like gets different activities them way we don't put in place. Say now we don't form this organization and identify that's what we need for work towards. So I don't get any successes on goals them we don't put say now they work towards the organization, like the health sectors for the health sectors and also some of the activities that the beginning they take care of. And I don't get any successes behind that.
Yes, we don't get success because every year the pikin and get for send with them reports because go just spend money without see result. Like I been tell you earlier, excuse me, Maria too, when we first people we adopt, I believe Maria too was 2 years old. She should be around 24 there now. At 2 years, the old way we adopt her. Maria too they study IT now. So that's a success story. Not drop out of school, he been going to Walsh. There's some little difficulty here and there. He don't even lost his mama. So currently, say the speech where he give on Sunday, say if not to be for sisters of Sierra Leone, you don't know what's in future before be. So you look at that one success story, you don't make up. we don't prevent one girl maybe would have been a premature mother. You could be a mother, but maybe the appropriate time. Maybe if you not been get we, even if you don't become forced to early childhood marriage, we would frown on now for like empower instead. Because once you educate a girl, you educate a nation, and you empower them for making get financial and economic independence. So even if you marry, instead you get a substantial contribution to the home, you know, and it also make the picking away the born also will be successful because it get the upper hand and the financial ability for take care of the picking. Even the education, it go no say if me picking sick, I don't get for can go to that juju man. I get for can go to a hospital for get formal kind of health care, not for go na the wayside. Maybe by the time you catch up, say waiting that juju man they tell you, not so the right thing. It don't let you not go able to save the picking life. So there's a lot of ripple effects when you educate that one picking, and we don't successfully educate this girl, and we look forward for like done this course and like be a productive member of the society.
And also we also get some vulnerable picking them out there where they say they look for the similar opportunity.
We get 12 pickiners we say will we adopt. Like we say we number one overstretch with budget. We always want to forget the number of pickiners we were able to take care of. Because you know I'm going to adopt 30 picking, they will not get the resources. So currently in at 12. As the need base, as we financial situation improve, we can also adopt more picking. But for now, we're very, very happy to see them picking it, and they do well. Some of them live with their parents, few of them live at the orphanage, and then they really, really do well with their academic work.
Okay, as we wrap up with the program now, I just want to make you just give you end words, the words that we go on for end with.
Well, I want for also make una know say we get the able-bodied, the current president, Elizabeth Bokare, in also reside in Dallas, Texas, and me fellow sisters of the whereabouts, I think almost 40 members. So making them know say Adenaya, they represent them and they spread the word out and sell the organization, make other maybe philanthropists and see say this way they do. And whatever we ask for, the help we ask for in Dallas, we come back and use that money there, and we're able to account for all waiting we get. As a non-profitable organization registered in the state of Texas, we're able to fulfill everything what we state now, we bylaws then.
Okay, thank you very much. That's now Roselyn A. Jones, we now be the former president for the sister of Sierra Leone, North Texas, as it be to tell you much about the organization, what the organization don't do, and also what they about for do more for Sierra Leoneans them, and also people say we know the Salone. Now so we go end up the program today. The program be to listen to na Salone Morning Discoveries with me, Isatu Smile Sesay. Until we meet again to another edition, I say tata.